What's up YouTube, it's the Duel Factory once again with another deck profile. This time I'll be bringing you an updated version of my Mermail deck profile. This is what I've been playing competitively and at my locals for the past month. Unfortunately I've only been able to take it to one regional, which was recently at Collinsville. I started off very well, however, later in the rounds I ended up bricking a little bit, and I took a couple losses that kind of hurt, but overall I've been very happy with the way the deck's performed. Obviously there's still going to be changes I would make to it, and this will probably be the deck I take to Nationals just because I love playing water, and Neptabyss being a card, I feel like this is the time, its best chance to be able to do anything, so I'm going to play this probably at Nats. But I'm on to the deck profile. So to start off, we have 3 copies of Mermail Abyssmegalo. I still like him at 3. He's your big OTK piece. I mean, he triggers all your monster effects. He's 24 with the equip spell, he becomes 32, and he's pivotal to the deck. That being said, I play 1 lead, 27 body that you can summon off Lind, and you need for the 4-card hand loop. 3 copies of Mermail Abyssteus. I love this card simply because it's the greatest way to bait out anything that your opponent would use to stop your Neptabyss, because resolving this is not, I'm saying, as powerful as Neptabyss, but it puts you in a very advantageous game state like Neptabyss would. So that's why, like, it's almost it deals with anything that would stop Neptabyss. 2 copies of Gund. I might go down to 1 copy of this, but I like being able to bring out the level 7 bodies, because if you're forced to go first, I kind of like playing this deck like Mono Mermail, where you throw up big boards. So she's still at 2. 1 Pike searches your Gund and it searches your Marksman. 1 Turge because it puts Neptabyss back in your hand. And then I play the 1 Lind because I still play the 1 copy of Sphere. That's it for the Mermail part. For the Atlanteans, we play 3 Neptabyss. It's by far the best card in the deck. It's what makes it playable. If you resolve it, 9 times out of 10 you're going to win the game. I mean, it's that good. And then we play 6 Atlanteans. We play 2 Dragoons. If I could play 3 copies, I would. I play 2 Marksmans and 2 Infantries. These cards are the reasons why I don't play Twin Twister, because usually they can deal with all the problems themselves. The only issue I find is if I'm playing like a Monarch deck and they main deck Majesty's Fiend and they go first and summit, that kind of sucks, but other than that, it deals with almost everything else. And then for the other water monsters, we play 2 Gameciel for, like I said, to deal with aforementioned problems like main deck Majesty's Fiends, Cosmo pilots and spaceships. Beatrice sucks to try to OTK through, so this card just alleviates those problems. Plus, it's a water monster to discard with Megalo, so that's why we play this Kaiju over the rest of them. 1 Deep Sea Diva. It's like the best / horse card in the deck, because if it resolves, usually you have game potential for days, but it's the most susceptible to Maxx, it's most susceptible to Valor. So that being said, if you get Valor, it really sucks because it uses up your normal summon, but if you get Maxx, then it really, like, it hurts even more to be Maxx almost, because then you have to commit to the Diva, and if you can't OTK your opponent, they're going to get like 13 cards out of it. It just sucks. 1 Moulinglacia. I can usually drop this turn 1 every game if you open Neptabyss, plus it's part of the 4-card hand loop, so we play it. And then we play 3 Maxxes. You are a go second strategy, so therefore you're obligated to main deck these. Well, that's my theory anyway. And that's it for the monsters. On to the spells. We play 3 Moray Of Greed. This is something I've been testing out in the deck because the theory behind it is it corrects your bad hands. Like, for example, hands that you don't open Neptabyss, it's really hard to win to begin with. So that being said, if you open water monsters you'd rather send from the deck or anything like that, you can Moray give them back, and it gives you another chance to get to your turn 1 Neptabyss. So yeah, and not only that, and like through testing, like the times I've resolved the Moray of Greed, the stuff I get out of it's so savage, it's unreal. So we might continue to play 3 until proven otherwise that this card is absolutely terrible in the deck. So for now, we're still playing it. It's been testing really good. 2 copies of Instant Fusion. I was playing 3, but when you open multiple copies of it and you have no Neptabyss, like going second, like it's just absolutely terrible. So we cut down to 2 copies because you still want to see it, because resolving a Norden in this deck is really, really powerful. We play 2 copies of Chalice. Don't make fun of my Chalices because I only have 1 ulti, so that's why I'm playing the 2 commons instead, because I'd rather have a matching pair than 1 and 1. But we play Chalice because you don't want to lose to stupid stuff like Dwellers, aforementioned earlier, Beatrice sucks, and just like cards like that that like your opponent can interact with you on your turn, you don't want to lose to, so that's why you main deck these. One scale to Cetus. I switched to Cetus over Mizuchi just because when I was playing against like Monarch decks and stuff like that, all they have to do is activate a quick play spell during your turn, and then the Mizuchi has to negate it. So therefore, you drop off the 800 attack point boost. So I wanted to be able to still OTK and not have them do a cheeky play to get out of it. So that's why I switched to this. Plus, like, cards like Solemn Strike and stuff like that kind of hurt. And then Quaking and Drowning are cards, and this can stop those where Mizuchi cannot. So that's why we switched to this. And I like this one better overall. One Upstart Goblin, 39 cards, yo. 1 for 1 to get Neptabyss. Salvage to get you Neptabyss back, Diva, and stuff like that. And then the 1 token copy of Sphere. So that is the main deck. And then on to the extra deck. We play 1 copy of Norden, because I can only play 1 copy, but usually when you resolve this, you're using in a very advantageous spot in the game. Tatsunoko for the Diva play, 1 Armory Arm, because you're literally Dougie.deck, so you just want cards that help you win the game faster, and you can OTK people through Cosmo. If they have 2 Cosmo spaceships up and you make this against a Cosmo match, then you can OTK them through it. It's absolutely hilarious. Stardust Charge Warrior, it's the best generic 6 that we have right now until we get that Coral Sea Dragon. Odd Eyes Meteor Burst, it's another way to out Cosmo spaceships and pilots. And then Trish, because it's really easy to make in this deck, and it's part of the 4-card hand loop. Generic rank 4s, Castell, I was going to cut this, but this deck has a very, very hard time dealing with a Cosmo Wicked Witch, which that got dropped on me several times, so I made this to deal with it and continue to keep my opponent. I'm still playing 2 Dweller. I don't know if I'm going to continue to do this, because a lot of the games I only go into 1, but I go into 1 a lot because I have the freedom of doing it because I have 2 in the extra deck. So I don't know, I might switch this out and put in a Bahamut Shark and find room for a Mermail Abysstrite just to make my going first plays a little bit more better. But for now, we're still playing 2 Dweller. We play 1 Emerald because once you resolve the first Neptabyss, the second one, if you're forced to go into the second one, is very lackluster because there's no Dragoons left in your deck. So you kind of want to put them back. And you can make really good, or really easy, I should say, rank 4s with Turge and Pike, because you can do the gun combo. That's why I kind of still play 2 guns, have easier access to that. So we're still testing that, but for now, we're playing the Emerald. 1 Honor Arc. I never thought this card would become relevant to me, but people lose Slip Riders and stuff on the field all the time, so this card actually is really good. Plus it triggers Dragoons. Number 37. This is Stormforth bait for days. So I've basically resorted to only summoning this when I'm trying to pick apart my opponent's board and go for game. And this card's honestly really good. Like, I play it in Heroes too, because you make it with 2 Bubble Men. So that's kind of cheeky. So like that card, plus it outs Cosmo Spaceships. 1 Mermail Abyssgaios. This card's the MVP XYZ in the deck. If I could make this card every game, I would, but you know, shit happens. 1 Big Eye to steal your stuff, and then 1 Draco Sack instead of the Flare Metal like I see everyone playing, because you have to have this card for the 4-card hand loop. But that was my Mermail Atlantean deck profile, my updated version that I brought you versus one I gave you previously. Always remember to like, comment, subscribe, and then the next deck profile I'm going to bring you is Extra Deck Monarchs, because that's what my aforementioned team, we're going to call them for now, wants to play for Nats. And I kind of want opinions and stuff like that so we can get a couple ideas of what you can do to make the deck better. But yeah, this is the Duel Factory, guys. Peace.